Hey everyone, and welcome back to Transport Fever. This is the Great Western Railway, pulling into the newly rebuilt station that we did last time. Huge amount of detailing was applied, lots of bushes and buildings and trees and shrubbery and complete relaying of the tracks. It was multiple hours of extremely good fun. Definitely go watch that episode if you missed it. Today we're going to be expanding the station, getting some cargo into it, and then heading off into the hills and joining it to other towns to increase the passenger usage. Loving how this looks. All the gantries look great, the cranes and the crosswalks and everything. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. So let's jump out of this view after this guy stops. And get into it. So plan is to head off into the hills and get some cargo going. Since this is going to become a cargo stop, we need to get the cargo train here. Currently, if we look at the passenger train, it comes in on the left and then only goes to the left, and then on the way out it goes to the left and also has an opportunity to swing to the right. You can see that darker patch there. That's what that represents, and then it can swing back through here to be on the lane line. So basically most of the time it's on this track, and if going through is busy, then it can choose the other one because maybe the train has come here. So I want to do the exact same thing on the other side for cargo. So there's nothing here, so we're going to have to go find our cargo route. I think it's as simple as dragging it from this station forward. I believe this is the end of the line right now. There it is. So let's press pause, and that way we can get this configured correct. Actually, I don't think we have to press pause. I think it should be doable without pausing. So after Kissmore, which is down the line that way, we are now going to come to this station, and we're going to come through. We might as well stop here since we've added that ability, and go down the line and go to here. Let's choose which platform do we want to choose? Let's choose something a bit more over here. So let's choose platform number 2 as the default, and we'll set up an alternate of 1, and yeah, that'll do for now. Because I was trying to not use this left one. Actually, you know what? Let's go into there, because this is going to be the end of the line. And then alternatively, it can use those other 2. And then back this way, up to this exchange place. It goes through, and then we want to force it over to that left platform. I don't think it can get there. Okay, we're going to have to check the signals. And then back to Dalton. So is that the correct way of doing it? Yeah, I think it says going forward's correct. So we got the right platform. The question is, why can't it get there? So all the way there, all the way there. What it might be is one of those alternate platforms we chose. Just doesn't have a way of getting to this platform. Yeah, this spur line actually doesn't have a way to get back out again. That's easily fixed. Let's squeeze it out up here. We'll give it that, and we'll just have to change that semaphore so that it is before this join rather than after it. And yeah, so this represents going down the side. Actually, I think we can get rid of this. Yeah, we can get rid of that. Nice. Cool. So that is all happy. So we'll get a whole lot more cargo coming down here. Out of interest, has that, of course, it has. Look at that. The wheat has started to turn up here. I was wondering whether this is going to be in the distance or in range of the wheat, and it is. So that may take some pressure off those poor little horses who are trying to walk across here. So what that will mean is that that wheat will now go down the line that way rather than this way. Actually, what we should do is we should tell this line here, the line that leaves here, the one that goes this way, the wheat's been coming down here, and then going left, we should manage this vehicle at this and say, hey, at the livestock, only pick up cows from now on, please. And so that will stop the wheat going down the line and clogging up. So we'll only get wheat that way. So wheat can still come this way. It can still come this way if it wants to. There is, I wonder if we can make, so this dock is going to here. Just for the sake of it, do we need to join these? I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason for this guy to have stuff off of the train, but we can keep that in our back pocket. All right, let's look at what this looks like down the line. I think we can just extend some of these tracks out and continue around here. My plan is just to follow the road. And I assume... All right, it's getting a little bit too thick, so let's do that. Actually, where are we going? Yeah, I assume it's going to go around here. This place, okay, there's enough space in here to squeeze through here, so let's come through here and we'll get a station going for Nattery and maybe get some passenger stuff going. Buildings, through line, we'll just do one platform for now. And I think we can go with 120. And yeah, so that thing's over there. So we're gonna have to make sure that we give ourselves plenty of rotation space. Let's try to make it so we don't destroy too much of the town. I'm guessing we should be able to do that type of... Oh, I think that church is gonna have to go. And then it's gonna go through there, I'm guessing. The other way is to go across this way, but I don't think... Oh, maybe. I mean, we'd have to maybe bulldoze. No, let's go this way because that way we can start the climb slowly up there. And so let's. Where's that thing? Yeah, okay. About. You know what? I'm gonna try to keep that church for no good reason because I could always just plop one down again. Let's put that there. I will get rid of this road though. Is this joined to anything? It is not. Just for the completeness, let's put this. Let's give this guy an entrance on this side. Paint tools. I have been gathering a whole lot of mods between the episodes, trying some things out, and so I think next episode we're going to have one on how I've been doing field detailing. Oh, that is terrible. Let's try that again. That building is not on the ground. Come on, you can do it. And then done. Now, if we're lucky, we can probably get it out of the cargo station. All right, let's get these tracks done. So this is going to come out this way. Yeah, come out nice and straight. We'll keep it a little bit away. Actually, you know what? Stop. Don't let the road decide what we're doing. Let's manipulate that to where we want it to be. Nice curve, and we are going to have to stay out a little bit, I think, because otherwise we can't get a railway crossing. I don't think. Start from here. Yeah, we're too close. This changes curve out to be a little bit more to the left. You know what? You can stay level. Yeah, we can dip down for that. I don't want to go up to go down. And yep. And then over to here. Click. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, that's a terrible wiggle. All right, we can do better than that. And done. That'll need some detailing, but we can do that for sure. And hopefully this corner's not too close to the pen. I think it's going to be fine. Let's configure this guy to give it a cargo platform. Yeah, lots of new stuff in here. We'll talk about that at some point. This, for starters, put down some tracks. And I think I'm going to do my trick and put a track out the end so that we can force a platform. Cargo platforms, actually platforms, pretty simple ones. There, and then cargo building out the end. Actually, I might be able to do the bigger one. Yep. And then let's put down a road. Got a whole lot of new ones, mainly so that I can just make like footpaths, but also some nice streamlined, some ones where there's no houses, but lots of trees and stuff. So, and then this one. So normally when you put down these, it has trees on it. See the trees there? This is a variant that doesn't have trees. So let's put that right there, as close as we can. And is that height okay? Yeah, that height's okay. Oh, I didn't realize we're going up then. Oh, okay, that might be a problem. Oh, are we going to have to do that all again? No, I think I am. Yep. Yeah, do this all again. I'll see you in a sec. And recreated. There we go. So I put it a bit more at 9 degrees in the end. It did fit. And I think this looks a little bit better. And put a connecting road through so our townsfolk can get connected. I wonder what our coverage is like. Okay, we're getting a little bit of the city. We'll have to definitely put a passenger route through. There's no need in this town. Or at least the sign doesn't say it. I think, yeah, there's going to be mail in this town. I think every town gets mail. I think if we look at the cargo overlay, yeah, all these people want mail sorted. That's definitely something we'll do way down the line. Let's work out this track. We're probably going to have to do some gouging. I'm tempted to go this way around this area. So yeah, let's get that done. I think, yeah, this is a little bit high, so we're going to have to work on that. And it probably means at the end of this road's high as well, so we can probably bring that down. Let's continue this out straight. Where did that go? Way over there. I didn't mean to do that. You know what? Cancel. I can't see where it went. Let's try that again. So we'll go over to here straight. Keep everything nice and easy. And then this can curve this way. It's on this flat as well. And there we go. So we've got the makings of a track down the valley. I have no idea where it's going, but that's done. And then let's see if we can get a nice level crossing in here. No trees. All right, so looks like we had to go up and then down. So I think we can fix that earlier than later. So let's get rid of these roads, and we will try that again. I really wish that was a better node. So, oh, I'm lucky that that didn't cause a wonk then. So are you straight? Yeah, that should work okay. Then we'll go forward, and then you know what? What we'll do is we'll go over here, and we'll go level. Oh, is that straight? That is not straight. Let's try it again. I think that one in the middle's not straight. When I did that one right there, and that tiny micro one. Yeah, there we go. And then so it's going to be from there. Like that. And then this can go uphill as a dirt road over to there. And I think, yeah, I think I might actually help it with this little entrance here. We should be able to squeeze a road in there, I reckon. And that should all make sense, I think, at some point. Nice little tendril, and I'll be shocked if that doesn't reach. Yep, that reaches, of course. So more wheat on the line. Cool. So let's put a cross in here. I have no idea whether we can do it on this corner. I doubt it. Yeah, usually you can't put a cross on a curve like that. We're going to come back a little bit. We'll do it up here. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. There is a bit of a hill there as well. Sometimes if you make it too long, that's the reason why I can't do it. And yeah, we'll do 90. Yes, success. Signals coming into a station. Done. And then down the line. And go this way. Try to get these signals so they're next to each other. Done. And then, yeah, that should be fine. All right. We have an extension. And we have wheat coming down there. So passengers and, yeah, so risky. It's kind of like a branch line at this point. But that's cool. And then we'll worry about that later. All right. Is there anything we can go do? So there is these copper things. I think they're copper. Yeah, copper. So where do they need to go? So consumer is the copper mine. Oh, it's over here. So it's kind of like through. So we could maybe work on that. But for starters, let's get a little line going in here. We'll call it a little... Risky, what's going to happen is it'll be a line from here and we'll go off, say, to Dresdoon. Or we'll go a bit further. But for now, it can just be a tiny little shuttle. If we're going to put that in, we should get some desire going first. So let's get down some passenger stuff. And we'll go... I suppose we can go through here. Through here. I think we can probably... Yeah, we'll put a road through there. And actually, you know what? We'll come back through main down there. All right, let's make a new line. Line from... Actually, we didn't put one here. Oh, we didn't finish this off. Need to give this a way through. Pressing the wrong buttons. And let's go a non-tree line street. Yeah. So we might have to bulldoze that little... Oh, I lost the church that I've been trying to save the whole time. Okay, in that case. The whole time I was trying to save you, buddy. Ah, well. So, in honor of that, we'll use a nice, beautiful thing. And for the sake of it, we'll put down a post box as well. So, if you want to deliver your... Actually, we just want a asset for that. Asset from this one. Yeah. Yeah, so you can have those mailboxes as waypoints too. We'll make it, guys. Hey, I'm doing something. All right. Let's do that line thing. Add station. That one. We'll use the standard green color here, over here, and over there. Nice. And then this is going to be road, passenger in... Where are we? I forgot the town name. We are in Nattery. Nattery, done. So we'll need some vehicles. I don't think there's anything even remotely close. I think the closest one's way down there. Let's... Yeah, actually, make sure I don't have an overlay turned off. I've been turning overlays off a lot just to make it less cluttered. There's a lot on this map and I don't want to have too much going on. I think I can press play, by the way. Yeah, we can press play. So, where? Yeah, okay, that's, yeah, let's put one in Maybury. And then they can drive over there. Somewhere... How about over near the farm here, because it's kind of industrial? I'm trying to find a spot that would be obvious. Maybe out of town? What do you reckon? I saw this gap here, but I don't want to put it next to the church. I deliberately made that church and try to make it look good. I think maybe here, because it's kind of actually, let's see if we can get a... where do I want to put it? Let's put it over here in the forest. Alright. Vehicles, passenger, and we'll just grab 2 for now. And you can go on, zooming in, the Maybury line. I assume there's a road. Yeah, there must be a road, yeah, to get over there. Plenty of roads. All right, and then we'll make another line that starts in Maybury and comes over to here for now. We'll make this a beautiful orange. Yeah, sure. Do I want orange? Maybe yellow. Yeah. And yeah, so that line, we'll call it train. It'll be our second train line for our passengers. Passenger, and where are we starting from? We're starting in Maybury. And so this will be the Maybury, I don't know, maybe something. I was called Maybury. We've got to give them cool names later. So this station can get any platform, I believe, can get into here. Yeah, so you can see how we're going to share this platform with the main line. If I turn the colors off, yeah. So the main line will share this one, and we'll just scoot in here and come out, and that's fine. If this platform's full, that blue line should use the other platform temporarily. So yeah, let's get some rail stock onto there. So this should be able to get over there. Buy a Great Western Railway locomotive, and yeah, we haven't got that many to choose from. I think we've been using this type for passengers, so we'll continue to do that. And from a wagon point of view, let's do this guy, and we won't have too many to start with. And on to the line they go. We can watch this guy pull out. Got this nice siding signal. That circle means it comes from a siding or goes into a siding. I don't know if it's going in or going out. And we should, I assume, squirrel across to the left. Looks like our signals and everything have been set up correctly to allow this to happen. No complaints yet. Now, we could, in theory, get a head-to-head situation if there's a train in the station already, but I think the game will work that all out and won't let us move forward. The yellow signal's down. You can see up top left corner means it's okay to proceed into the junction. And we will have our first Maybury line passengers. I don't know how many of these people in the station are waiting for the main line or Maybury. I don't expect too many. Is there going to be anybody? Highly doubt it. No. But we can watch it go down the line. I put a whole lot of signals on the left-hand side there. See how there's a whole lot of yellows. What I kind of wanted to do was represent that the far left one represented going left, and the yellow one in the middle was to the right. Because basically, this left-hand side, you can always go forward because there's nothing blocking it. Now, I had to make a fake one for that. It just had to be an asset rather than something real, which is why the second from the left, that's why that one dropped instead. But, you know, I did what I could. There's limits of how much you can model reality. Hopefully this line's not going to be too steep. Yeah, I love that church. This church down here was deliberately placed. I put a whole lot of bushes around it, and fully detailed it, and put the couple of bushes in the yard or trees in the yard to make it look a little bit more solid, and move the corn away from it. Yeah, signals are dropping as we're getting close. So the top signal is for the current segment, and the yellow one is for the next segment. So whether the next signal is flagging red. I don't think the game actually models that, but in real life, that's what it represents. So basically, you could have the top one as green, or to proceed, like this situation right now, and you could have the yellow one flagged as yellow, which means, yeah, feel free to fly through, but be warned that you are going to come up against a red in the next segment, and you will have to stop. So that's what those mean. Yeah, I did a whole lot of Googling around the Great Western Railway website itself, and also some historical sites to kind of ascertain what those mean. It's not ultra clear. I would have thought there was a more handy, definitive guide than there was, but unfortunately there isn't. Well, last corner wasn't too far, and the angle was okay. I'm kind of glad we've pushed this into the ground to lessen off some of the dip. Oh, we've got a church again. Cool. That's an asset, but the AI can place it. Okay, and we've got our first customers. Looks like that lady, the third lady, just made it in time, so we might get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a look around. Did they all get loaded? Yep, we got 4. And off it goes. Maiden voyage. Obviously, we're losing money left, right, and center. That's fine. This track, I don't know if I'm happy with that kink right there. I think I'm going to get rid of that dirt road. I don't want the track to have a hump like that, especially when it's climbing. And it is a farm, so I think we can get away with not having that. What I will do though is bring a road along here, so when the town wants to grow, it's not going to destroy everything. Yeah, that should work. So we can get some build up there. Should we watch the train get into the station? Yeah, this needs a lot more texturing. We need some trees. We need some fences. But it's cool to see us descend into the valley. Yeah, interesting effect. I don't see it in the trees, how there's like a haze. Yeah, I think that's an anti-aliasing effect. This is quite steep. We may want to relay that whole thing and try to flatten it out a little bit, because let's see how we're kind of going down here. We probably should have gone up a bit. Yeah, a little bit earlier. I do want to make it so that you can go to the left without having to go to the station, like for cargo and stuff. That's going maybe to the main line. Let's see if our points all work good and we've got the right signals in the right spot. We should fade to the right here. And then we're going basically head to head with the main line. There's a warning signal there on the left, just to warn you that you're going over a whole lot of tracks. And now if there was a mainline train wanting to come towards us, it would use the alternate platform. It would go to the left. But there we have it, a new train line. And success. See a whole lot of people come off. Yep, a whole lot of people spawned. So yeah, we dropped off 4 people and picked up 2. And off they go for another lap. So to finish this episode, I don't think we're going to get into any of the any cargo stuff done. But yeah, we did get this extra cargo done. Look at this. Oh, it's absolutely crucified by wheat. What I want to do is get this spur done, because I'm pretty sure we're going to want to, for some particular places have specific, like with wheat, for example. We could have a wheat train that deliberately goes that way and then just goes down the line to wherever it needs to go to. So around here, I want to curve off, and we'll actually use this road to help us work out the radius. So around here, yeah, so by the time we get past this point, I want to be on a different line. So let's curve around here. Yeah, let's keep it out wide. Actually, if we can go at least 100, that'd be nice. And we'll curve to here. And we're going to need some signals inbound. Right there. And you're going to have a signal that says, please wait. We're probably going to get rid of this signal. And then, yeah, I think that's it, actually. Oh, actually, we'll need a signal coming towards us. So right about, yeah, let's do it. Where do I want to do it? Yeah, let's do it quite close to this point. Do it right there. You can't put signals on points themselves, so it's either before or after. All right, let's get this around the corner. We'll have to bulldoze some of those bushes. You can't lay tracks through bushes, but that's okay. So it would be nice, actually we'll go from this way. See how this is straight here? It would be nice to, oh actually it bulldozed the bushes, nice. Is it that simple? I would like to come out straight, yeah. And then we'll curve into here. And we now have what I'm going to call the Maybury interchange. Yeah. And then once again, same thing as before, we'll put some signals. And we'll say, hey, you've got to wait here. You've got to wait. Actually, there's a signal there. So, yeah, we'll just need to move this up a bit. And we'll put that one about there. We can get rid of this one. And there. Nice. And so I think some of those bushes can be destroyed. We don't want too close to the line. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And so to finish off, let's do some very quick foliage. And so the angle's kind of wrong, but if you just kind of move forward and backwards, you don't really notice it. And you kind of want the variance anyway. You don't want it to be absolutely 100% uniform. So I'm just pressing M and N as I walk along. And yeah, that is how you make some hedges. Should we do it both sides? Yeah, I think we can do it both sides. So we can bring that brush dries again. And keep on moving around the corner. Yeah, you don't have to get it too perfect. Gaps are good. I have no idea what we're going to do inside this triangle. It's tempting to put a railway yard in there, but that's also probably a mistake. I think it looks quite good being nice and empty. What we probably should do is give the town a way of getting into there. Out of interest, does this road go underneath? If we tell it to curve down and yeah, I think we're going to be pushing our luck trying to get that under there. Yeah, so we'll just have to have a railway crossing into it, maybe something around here where this road is. Yeah, there is a long distance here where you can't actually get onto that side of the road. Yeah, and I don't want a railway crossing here. It's too dangerous. This is too busy an area. I mean, if there is going to be a way in, it's probably going to be way up here somewhere. It can just be dead space for now. Cool. With that, we'll definitely call it the end of the episode. thanks so much for watching, and next time we will probably get some cargo onto this line in this direction. So that will all be next time. Yeah, there we go. Yep, definitely get to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.